What's going on, guys? Welcome to the monthly video blog for January. I'm running a couple weeks behind because I was tied up in the first few weeks of February. So, as always, it's a little bit of chaos, but I'm in my new place. I'm moved in here in the middle of St. Louis. The company I work for was nice enough to provide me a place locally to live, so I made that move. Here, and yeah, man, it was a good first month, first part of the first quarter, I guess. I've been working with my buddy David Michael Watson. He's a recording artist out there in California. We've been good friends for a while, and we started our year. Planning, planning for success. I know everybody starts the year with, I have these goals, New Year's resolution, new year, new me. We didn't want to go that far, but we did want to be really, really intentional on how we approach our music in 2020. I've had a long standing joke for a couple years now, 2020 worldwide. Shout out to Step Brothers. But all joking aside, like, if we don't make a game plan for what that's going to look like, then where we're going ends up being some random place. I was actually talking to one of my friends a couple weeks ago on, hey man, if 10 years ago I didn't have a 10-year plan. So I'm sitting here 10 years removed from 25 years old and saying, man, I don't know how I ended up here at 35 years old. I thought I would be further along in my music career. I thought I'd have this done. I say, well, you didn't have a 10-year goal. You didn't have a 10-year plan. So of course you're in some random place in your career that feels a little out of place, or it feels not as far as you would like to be. So we're really moving through 2020 with some intent on what we want this year to look like, what we want the next 5 years to look like, and then again, what we want the next 10 years to look like, finishing out a music career. This takes so long. I'm definitely 10 years into it, pursuing music for 10 years, and I'd like to be further along than I am. However, I know going forward, the next 10 will be far more profitable than this first 10 because I really know a lot more of what I'm doing, and I'm being far more intentional. So in January, what you missed was we actually had our first alumni for California Baptist University alumni dinner and a wrestling match. We didn't wrestle, thank God. Some of us are too old to be doing that anymore. But we got to go back, watch them compete against Stanford. Actually ended up being a great match. Shout out to Coach Zaleski and more for having us out and putting that on from our alumni association out there at Cal Baptist. That was great. It was awesome to see the guys, see where they're at in their lives, and see what they're doing. I was actually the first part of the first class for California Baptist University that had wrestling. It was just after Fresno State Wrestling had got cut. And so I was kind of that inaugural class. So it was good to, I don't know why, but some of the guys, the younger guys, look up to me and a few other, the old ones who started the program. So it's always good to go back and see them. While I was out there, I did some scouting for the music video for a new song called Waking Up. Waking Up has been put on hold. It was supposed to be released early January, early first quarter 2020. Now it looks like early second quarter, maybe. Just the process of going through the production process of all this music, really to get it right, just takes time. You go through and you think it's going to be something, and it turns out to be something different, and you don't want to abuse the process, meaning speed the process up, but at the same time, you still have to get the music out. And so we're kind of just I am kind of in a hiccup spot with the song and which direction to take it and how to wiggle it around, but it will be coming out soon. So I did some scouting out in the LA area. Our choreographer, our talent is out there for the music video. I think we're talking to the Fox Theater right now in Riverside. Fingers crossed that we can work something out with them for a shoot time somewhere. Maybe now it's looking like May, for that music video. And that one's for, I misspoke this entire time. That one is for Welcome Fear. That song is already out. Waking Up is still in production, the song itself. So we're not doing a music video for Waking Up. Um, I'm currently working on some graphics for Waking Up, trying to get that song out. So Welcome Fear is already out on Spotify. You can go get it right now. We're working on the music video for that. And Welcome and Waking Up, they're supposed to start with W. That's the part that's messing me up. I did two songs, they both start with W's. Um, and my mind just flashed back. Have you ever seen It's a Mad, 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 Mad World? There's a scene where he's like, it's under a big W. Anyway, um, but I have that going on. While I was back in California, I got to see some old friends and work out a little bit, which I don't hardly ever get to do. Luckily, I got in my new place here off to my right. I guess it's going to be your left, depending on how the camera cuts. But off to my right over here, I have a little workout station. So hopefully I'll start getting a little more workouts in the morning and trying to get back into it a little bit. New year, new me, all that bull stuff. Um, that's really what I have going on in January. January is my mother's birthday and also my nephew Rocco. It's his birthday, so we had that go down in January. And every time my mom's birthday comes around, for those of you who don't know, my mom has Alzheimer's, and she hasn't known who I am for a very long time. Uh, I found myself scrolling through some old videos because I always try to post something about her on her birthday, just because she was a musician. She was the one who pushed me into this walk. And I found a video the other night of her maybe 6 years ago where she still couldn't really. She knew who I was. Maybe it was maybe about 8 years ago. She knew who I was. She could still kind of play the piano, but only like she was just on one melody. Like she could just do one deal, and it really had no direction. But we had a little jam session. It was really my last jam session with my mom. It was touching to find that video, and I'm so grateful for social media. I'm grateful for social media, and I'm grateful that I posted so much back when I was really, really pushing full-time music. And obviously I have 2 jobs, 3 jobs right now, trying to do all this. So I'm not as focused on music. But I'm so grateful for that time. I left Southern California from actually the company I work for now. I left them to I spent 3 years in Northern California with my mom, as she was slipping away, and it's very reflective for me, um, to go through her birthday and just be so appreciative of the gift that she gave me of music and the passion that she gave me for it. So that's what January looked like. February is going to have a lot of action in it. I'm setting up for a trip in March. So February is going to be a lot of moving around. Like I said, I was preoccupied for a couple weeks of February. So in the next video, I'll talk a little bit about that. But I'm really excited for this year and what's to come. I obviously have some new gear. I'm in a new space. I have my sound pretty much figured out over there on kind of like my music area right there behind me. So I'm going to be doing a lot more Instagram videos and a lot more requests trying to do that. I'm really desperately trying to figure out TikTok and how that algorithm works. I have no clue. As far as I can tell, I need to cut my shirt about belly height and take my bra off, and I should be able to go viral. So that's all I figured out so far. It's an interesting platform, but I'm on there. If you guys have that, check that out. I'm trying to figure some of that stuff out, and that's all I got. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, all these videos. Obviously they're free. We talked about this in the last video. I do have monthly subscribers, meaning I do have monthly donators. If you guys want to be a monthly donator to my music, to this art, to this ministry that I do, I would love for you guys to support me. There's no perks other than the fact that you're always going to have my music for free downloadable on my website, which is forgozamusic.com. But I'll always try to make my music free on Spotify and all the other streaming platforms. So that's what I got for you. I appreciate you guys, and I look forward to talking to you next week.